today we're going to be focusing on a yoga practice that's designed to get you up, get you moving, and hopefully counterpose some of the sitting that I'm sure has been happening a lot given the state of everything that's going on right now. So if you're not already there, go ahead and find a standing position. Ideally, we want the feet about hip distance apart, parallel to each other. And then you might just close the eyes for a moment, shift the weight back and forth in the feet, maybe from side to side, and just really feel the feet on the earth beneath you. Maybe you shift the weight into the heels, or forward towards the balls of the feet, really lift the toes away. And then eventually find stillness, find center, where there's even weight distribution through the feet. Maybe you can lift your toes away from the mat. And then maybe try and lower them down one at a time from the pinky to the big toe. Then maybe you can lift up one at a time from big toe to pinky. Then just release the toes down. Take a deep breath up through the feet, through the legs, through the torso, into the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, feel the body relax down from the crown of the head and back through the soles of the feet. When you're ready, on a big inhale, if you haven't, you can float the eyes open. Bring the palms up overhead and really pull the thumbs back. And then exhale and release. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, float the palms up overhead, really reach the thumbs back. And exhale to release again. As you continue to breathe and move at your own pace, imagine that you're pulling the breath down through the body as you lower the hands. Imagine that you're lifting it up through the body with the palms on the inhale. Exhale to release the hands. The breath flows down the body. Inhale to lift the hands and bring the breath up through you. Couple more rounds. Breathing out as you lower. Breathing in as you lift. The next time you bring the hands up to the top, let's stay there. You might even press the palms together, relax the shoulder blades down. And as you breathe out, engage the muscles of the lower pelvis. So we're pulling that low belly in towards the spine. Then from here, maybe you can inhale, draw the thumbs back and stretch the belly out just a little more. Take a deep breath up through the soles of the feet, all the way to the fingertips. And then on an exhale, breathe down the body and release the hands. Take a moment, pause here. Then on an inhale, let's lift our left arm straight up and overhead and start to look towards it. As you breathe out, we'll release the hand down at your side and look over the right shoulder. Inhale, reach the right arm up, look towards the inner elbow or maybe towards the palm. And on the exhale, release the hand and turn the chin to look left. Inhale, reach, look up. Exhale, release, look away. Big breath in, float up. Full breath out as you release and turn the chin to the other side. Inhale, reach that left arm straight up. Take a big breath here. And then we'll exhale and look away from the moving arm as it lowers down. Big inhale with the right arm, reach it up. Take a big breath. Exhale and release. Inhale, let's reach both arms out to the sides and up overhead. Maybe you can interlace the fingers at the top. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, engage the low belly muscles. And then on the next breath in, let's start to tip across to come into a stretch for the right side of the body. As you inhale, you might reach the fingertips a little further. Maybe you can spiral the bottom part of the rib cage upward. Really ground down through the right foot as you continue to reach across to the left. Take one more big breath through that open side of the body. Then on an inhale, we'll float up. Exhale, re-engage those lower belly muscles if you need to. Relax the shoulders. And then on the inhale, really anchor down through that left foot as you tip over to the right. Again, maybe you roll that top shoulder open. Maybe you inhale, reach a little further. Take a big breath. On the inhale, we'll come up. On the exhale, we'll release the hands and start to swan dive into a forward fold. On the next breath in, bring the hands to the shins, roll the shoulders back and scoop the heart forward. Exhale, melt and fold again. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Exhale, engage low belly as you melt and fold. One more. Big breath in. Extend the heart and the crown of the head forward. Full breath out. Really pull low belly in as you melt into this fold again. When you get here, you might like to give it a little bit of movement. So maybe you move the knees or turn the head from side to side. Maybe you wiggle the shoulders or anything else that feels good in your body. Just take a moment here, explore movement. Imagine that you're loosening any tightness from the backs of the legs, the low back, or even through the neck and shoulders. When you're ready, let's take a big inhale, reach the arms out to the sides and all the way up overhead. And on an exhale, we'll release palms to heart. Take a moment here, pause, breathe. Notice the breath, the way it moves in and out of the body. From here, let's take a big breath in, reach the palms up. On the exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Start to sink into a chair pose. As we sink down, feel like you're elongating the tailbone towards the ground and lifting the heart up towards the sky. Maybe as you breathe out, you can sink just a little deeper, and then we'll inhale and reach the arms straight up. Take a big breath here. And then on an inhale, we'll float back up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Plant the hands on the shins. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Exhale, melt and fold again. From here, plant your hands on the mat and let's step our right foot back to come into a high lunge. Settle in, get steady. And then on an inhale, let's reach the arms forward and lift all the way up. On an exhale, release the hands back down to the mat. Back foot steps up. Inhale, lift the heart, come halfway up. Exhale, melt forward and fold. Take a breath here. On an inhale, reach the arms out to the sides and all the way up overhead. On the exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees, find chair. Again, maybe you can lift the heart. Maybe you can lower those hips, really bend into the knees. And then inhale, reach the arms up above you. Take a breath. Then on the inhale, we'll stand up, come tall, really draw the thumbs back. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Take the hands to the shins. Inhale, lift the heart, come halfway up. Exhale, melt and fold again. Take a deep breath here. If they aren't already, go ahead and plant the hands on the mat. And this time we'll reach our left foot back, coming into our high lunge on the other side. Big inhale, scoop the arms up. Full exhale as you release the hands back to the mat. Left foot steps up to meet the right. Inhale, lift the heart, come halfway up. Exhale, melt and fold again. Take a breath. Inhale, reach the arms out to the sides and all the way up overhead. Exhale, release. Palms to heart. Take a moment, recenter. Find the breath. Inhale, reach the palms up, draw the thumbs back. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Sink into this chair. Big inhale, float up. Exhale, swan dive and fold again. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Exhale, melt and fold. Reach the right foot way back, and as you breathe in, bring the hands up for your lunge. Exhale, lower the hands down. Back foot steps up. Inhale, lift the heart, come halfway up. Exhale, engage low belly and fold. Big inhale, reach the arms out to the sides and up overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees. Inhale, reach the hands up. And then on the next inhale, stand up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Inhale, lift the heart, come halfway up. Exhale, melt and fold again. Plant the hands on the ground and this time reach the left foot way back. Big breath in, draw the hands up to the sky. Exhale and release. Left foot steps up. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, melt and fold again. Take some deep breaths here. Maybe you rest in stillness. Or maybe you want to shift the weight around just a little bit in the feet. Or turn the head. On the inhale, maybe you can find just a little more length and space in the spine. And on the exhale, maybe you can pull the low belly in and fold just a little more. Take one more deep breath. And on an inhale, let's just slowly roll the shoulders back and lift the heart to find standing. Feel the breath. Notice where in the body you're breathing. See if you can breathe a little deeper, a little more fully into the torso. When you're ready, big breath in, reach out, reach up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Plant the hands on the shins. Inhale, really extend the heart forward. Exhale, melt and fold. Plant the hands on the ground, reach that right foot way back. Inhale, scoop the heart up, reach the palms up. Exhale, release down. This time, see if you can step your left foot back and come into a downward facing dog. On an inhale, come forward, find a plank. Then exhale, see if you can lower all the way to the mat. On an inhale, pull the floor towards you, roll the shoulders back and lift the heart up. Keep the elbows bent. On an exhale, release down. Inhale, push straight up, and then exhale back to downward facing dog. When you're ready, from either downward dog or from tabletop, let's step our right foot forward towards the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the heart, float the hands up for your lunge. Exhale and release. Plant the hands, left foot steps up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the heart, come halfway up. Exhale, engage low belly and fold. Take a breath. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, palms to heart. Take a deep breath. And we'll flow one more time. Big breath in, reach up. Full breath out, release down. Plant the hands on the shins and inhale as you extend the heart forward. Exhale, engage low belly, navel to spine as you fold. Plant the hands on the ground and reach the left foot way back. Big breath in as you rise up, find that lunge. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat. Front foot steps back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward, find plank. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, cobra, pull the floor towards you, lift the heart up, keep the elbows bent. Exhale, release. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Either from downward dog or from hands and knees, step your left foot forward towards the top of the mat. Inhale, scoop the palms up to the sky for your high lunge. And exhale to melt the hands back to the mat. Right foot steps up. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale and fold. Take a big breath. On the inhale, reach the arms out to the sides. Come all the way to the top. Exhale and release. You could rest with palms together at the heart, or you could just release the hands down at your side. Breathe. Maybe you can inhale up through the soles of the feet, through the body, to the crown of the head. As you breathe out, breathe down from crown and through the soles of the feet, releasing tension and effort from the muscles. When you're ready, we'll just take our hands onto our hips. Then make sure to keep your hips square. We're going to come into Warrior One. And when we do that, we want to make sure that the hips are squaring towards the front of the room. So you might have noticed that as I stepped my right foot back, the hips kind of opened up a little bit. So you can actually use your hands to roll the right hip forward and feel like you're pulling the left hip back to square them out. Sometimes you have to experiment just a little bit with this back foot. But ideally, we want it at about a 45-degree angle. Pinky toe edge is flat to the mat. And again, hips are square as you do this. Front knee is bent so it stacks on top of the ankle. And then when you're ready, inhale and scoop the arms up for Warrior One. Take a big breath here. On an exhale, maybe you can bend the elbows and squeeze the heart forward. Inhale, reach the palms back up. Exhale, bend and press the heart forward again. One more. Big breath in. Full breath out. Take a big breath into the heart space. Really open up through the elbows. Exhale, bring palms together at the heart. Inhale, open. Exhale, press. Inhale. Exhale. Take a big breath here. Really lift the heart up towards the palms. And on the next breath in, reach the hands overhead. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Breathe here in this warrior one. Really anchor down evenly through the feet. We're anchoring through the pinky toe edge of the back foot just as much as we're putting weight into that front left side. As you breathe out, maybe you can soften the shoulders. Maybe you can engage that low belly on the exhale. On the inhale, maybe you can draw the thumbs back, stretch the belly just a little longer. And then as you breathe out, let's release the hands behind you. See if you can interlace the fingers at the back. If this isn't comfortable for you today, you can always grab a strap or a scarf, a belt, or even a shirt and grab onto it behind you. Then on the inhale, we'll start to drop the hands down, lift the heart up. And on the exhale, we'll start to fold over that front knee. See if you can work the hands off the back. Take a deep breath here. Let that forehead reach down towards the floor. Keep even weight distribution in the feet. Take one more deep breath. Then on an inhale, reach the arms forward so they come parallel to the ears. Exhale, engage the muscles in the pelvis, engage the low belly so you've got a nice steady center. And then inhale, draw the thumbs back and find warrior again. Take a big breath here. And when you're ready, we'll release the hands, straighten the leg, turn the feet parallel to each other. And as you breathe out, we'll just melt forward into a wide leg fold. On an inhale, maybe you'd like to come up on the fingertips, lift the heart. On the exhale, melt and fold again. One more. Big breath in, float up onto the fingertips. Exhale, start to walk the hands back towards the feet and fold. Take a deep breath. On an inhale, we'll reach the hands all the way out to the sides, come up. Exhale and release, palms to heart. From here, we'll just step up to the top of the mat again. Bring the hands back to the hips. When you're ready, we'll reach our left foot back. Again, we want the pinky toe edge of the back foot anchored down to the mat, hips square to the front of the room. Front knee is bent so it stacks on top of the ankle. And when you've really grounded down through the feet, we'll inhale and float the hands up. Take a deep breath here in this warrior one. Maybe soften the shoulders. Maybe engage low belly, the muscles of the pelvis. On an exhale, we'll bend the elbows, squeeze the heart forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Big breath in. Full breath out. And as you breathe in again, really open up through the heart. Draw the elbows back. Exhale, bring palms together. Inhale to open. Exhale, press. Inhale, open. Exhale, press. Last one. Big breath in. Hold it here. Really breathe into that heart space. Exhale, palms together. As you breathe in, imagine that you could lift the heart upward towards the palms. Drop the shoulder blades down the back. On the next inhale, reach the palms straight up. Take a deep breath here in Warrior One. Being mindful of the weight distribution in the feet, the squaring of the hips, engagement of the low belly, the muscles of the pelvis. As you inhale, maybe you draw the thumbs back just a little more. And on the exhale, release the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers or grab onto a strap or a scarf. Roll the shoulders back, drop the knuckles down. Big breath. And then as you breathe out, we'll start to fold over that front knee. See if you can work the hands off the back. Let the head hang towards the floor. Take a big breath here. On an inhale, scoop the arms forward so they come parallel to the ears. Exhale, engage the low belly, engage the pelvic floor. And then inhale, lead from the thumbs and come back up. Take another deep breath. And then when you're ready, we'll just straighten the leg, release the hands. Turn the feet parallel to each other. Maybe bring the hands to the hips, roll the shoulders back, extend the spine up nice and tall. And then as you breathe out, let's melt forward, come halfway down. So we want the torso parallel to the ground. From here, if you were using a yoga block, you could place it right beneath your nose and rest your hand down onto it, or you can just rest the fingertips on the ground. On an exhale, we'll roll the opposite shoulder open and start to twist. On the inhale, drop that shoulder down to unwind. And then on the exhale, let's twist again. One more. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, twist. Let's hold it here now. So first, just focus on exhaling and engaging the low belly as you maybe twist a little more, trying to stack that top shoulder on the bottom one. And then when you feel like the shoulders are stacked, maybe you'll inhale and extend the top arm. Take a deep breath here. And on an exhale, let's just release that top hand down. Start to walk the hands towards the feet and come into a fold. Maybe you shift the weight more towards the balls of the feet. Straighten the legs, extend the tailbone towards the ceiling. On an inhale, we'll reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, bring the torso parallel to the ground. Opposite hand lowers either to the floor or to a block. And as you breathe out, roll the shoulder open, start to twist. Inhale, drop the shoulder down to unwind. Exhale, engage low belly, spiral the rib cage up to twist again. One more, big breath to unwind. Full breath as you engage that low belly and twist. Breathe here. And if you feel like those shoulders are stacked, you could inhale and extend that top arm towards the sky. Take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, we'll release the hand down. Walk the fingertips back. And settle into another forward fold. Take one more big breath here. On the inhale, we'll reach the arms out to the sides. Come all the way up. As you breathe out, we'll release the hands, turn the toes towards the front of the mat. I have the heel of my front foot in line with the arch of my back foot. And then when you're ready, we'll just reach that front arm forward in the direction of the toes, and then lower it down to the shin as you reach the top arm straight up to the sky. Take a big breath here in triangle pose. See if you can really anchor down through the feet. Feel like you're extending the heart forward towards the front foot. Lengthen the tailbone towards the back heel. So it's kind of like we're flattening our back to an imaginary wall behind us. Take another deep breath. And then imagine that somebody's pulling you up by that top wrist and back to standing. You can drop the hands for a moment. Switch the angles of the feet. So front toes turn in, back toes turn out. Again, I'm looking for this heel to arch alignment. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, mount the hands. Inhale, reach the arm forward and out over the toes, and then release it down to the shin. Breathe in as you extend the top arm to the sky. Find triangle on the other side. So again, really anchor down through the feet. Inhale to lengthen the heart forward towards the front toes. Exhale, maybe you can anchor the tailbone towards the back heel. Take a couple more deep breaths. On an inhale, imagine somebody's pulling you up by that top wrist and back to standing. Then we'll turn the feet parallel, release the hands. Take a moment to just pause. Feel the two sides of the body again. Find steadiness through the feet. And when you're ready, just step the feet together. Find the top of the mat or the center, whatever you prefer. Maybe you want to bring palms together at the heart, or maybe you rest them down at your sides. We're going to come into a tree pose. So just start by anchoring down through the feet. Maybe you lift the toes away from the mat for a moment. Fix your eyes on a focal point. Settle your gaze there. When you're ready, just shift the weight over into one foot. Really anchor down through that standing leg. And as you feel ready, we'll bring the sole of the foot in, turn the knee out. Get steady in your tree. Imagine that you could root down through that foot. And if you feel steady, maybe you breathe in and extend the arms. Reach them out like branches. Stay steady, still. When you're ready to come out, see if you can gently float down. Find center. Maybe you keep the hands down at your sides, or maybe you bring palms up. Shift the weight to the opposite leg. Really anchor down through it. Start to bring the opposite foot up, either to the inner calf, maybe the inner thigh. Just please don't press into your knee joint. Root down through the standing foot. And if you feel steady, maybe you extend the arms. One more breath. And then see if you can float out. Find stillness. Reground in that center. And if you're not already there, let's come up to the top of the mat. Big inhale, reach the palms up. Exhale, swan dive and fold. Plant the hands on the ground and step both feet back. Find downward dog. Maybe you pedal it out for just a moment and then settle into stillness. Take some big breaths. When you're ready, let's inhale forward to plank. And exhale all the way down to the ground. Have the hands beneath the shoulders. And on an inhale, again, pull the floor towards you. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the heart up. Feel like you're dragging the elbows back towards the hips. And exhale, release. Lower your left cheek down to the mat. And on the inhale, we'll pull the floor back, float the heart up again. Exhale, lower the right cheek to the ground as you come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left cheek lowers as you release. Last one, big breath in. Pull the floor towards you as you lift the heart up. Take a big breath. And exhale, right cheek to the mat. You can relax the backs of the hands down at your sides for a moment. Take some deep breaths through the back side of the body. When you're ready, we'll turn the chin the other way. Breathe here for a moment. When you're ready, let's bring the hands back beneath the shoulders. And just gently press ourselves up to tabletop. And exhale back to downward dog. And you might decide to really bend the knees here and focus on getting as much length and space in the low back as you can. So we're really pressing the tailbone to the sky, the hips towards the back of the room. And then on an exhale, we'll release and find child's pose. So melt the hips towards the heels. Relax the forehead towards the floor. And just breathe through the back side of the body. When you're ready, let's just walk the hands back. Sit up onto the heels. Tune in to the body, the breath. From here, let's kick the heels out in front of us. Sit up nice and tall, keep both knees bent. And if you're somebody that maybe has some yoga props around, or even just a blanket or a pillow, you might like to experiment with sitting up onto it. So I have a rolled up Mexican blanket here. And if you decide to sit onto it, you can bring the back end of the pelvis onto the prop, but make sure that the pubic bone is kind of tipping off slightly. Sit up nice and tall. As you breathe in, let's reach our right arm straight up to the sky. And then as you breathe out, we'll start to pinwheel that hand behind us and come into a twist. Inhale, reach the hand up to unwind. And on the exhale, we'll pinwheel back and twist again. One more. Big breath in. Full breath out. Start to settle in here. Try and rest the fingertips behind the tailbone. And then really roll that shoulder back. Engage the low belly and spiral the rib cage around. Start to turn the chin to look as far behind you as you can. Breathe deeply through the body. On an inhale, we'll reach that arm straight around to unwind. Pause in the center. Feel the left and the right side of the body. And then when you're ready, we'll reach the opposite hand around the front of the legs. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, pinwheel it around and behind you. Find a twist. Inhale, unwind. Exhale and twist again. One more. Big breath in. And full breath out. Release the hand onto the ground behind you. Ideally right behind the tailbone. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Maybe you can inhale, really lengthen the heart and the crown of the head up. And then exhale and spiral that rib cage around as you engage the core. Turn that chin to look as far behind you as you can. And breathe deeply. On an inhale, we'll just reach that back hand around to unwind. Pause in the midline. From here, let's extend our left leg straight out in front of us. And then you can either keep that right knee bending and have the sole of the foot flat on the ground at the inner thigh, or you could bring the foot across. If you choose to bring the foot across, make sure that it's flat on the mat. If you can't keep it flat on the mat, then just bring the foot back to the inner thigh. Okay. On an inhale, we'll sit up nice and tall. Make sure you're flexing through the foot of the extended leg. Start to wrap your hand around the knee. Inhale the right arm up. And exhale to twist. One more. Inhale, unwind. Exhale, twist. Settle in here. Find length and space in the spine. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep the heart lifting up. As you breathe out, maybe you can spiral around just a little more. And then keep the shoulders and the torso as they are and turn the chin forward to look over the opposite shoulder. Take a deep breath. On an inhale, we'll reach the back hand around to unwind. Then let this bent knee just come out to the side. Sole of the foot can rest at the inner thigh. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale to melt forward over the leg. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to melt and fold again. One more. Big breath in. Full breath out. If you can't connect with the foot, you might grab a scarf or a yoga strap and wrap it around, or you can just grab onto your ankle. Take some deep breaths. With each inhale, maybe you can extend the heart a little more towards the foot. With each exhale, maybe you can melt the belly button a little further towards the center of the thigh. Take one more deep breath. On an inhale, we'll just gently drag the fingertips back to come up. Pause for a moment. And then we'll switch sides. So the right leg extends, the left leg bends. If you chose to cross the foot over for the first twist, I'd encourage you to choose the same variation on this side. Otherwise, you can just keep the foot to the inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach that left arm up. And exhale to pinwheel it back into your twist. Inhale, reach up to unwind. And on the exhale, we'll twist again. We'll settle in here. Take some deep breaths. Inhaling to create length and space, and exhaling to spiral that rib cage around. See if you can turn that chin to look as far over the shoulder as you can. And then keep the body as it is and turn the chin forward to look over the opposite shoulder. Take some deep breaths. On an inhale, we'll reach that hand around, unwind. And then we'll just drop that knee out to the side. Keep the sole of the foot towards the inner thigh. Big inhale to reach up. And exhale to fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and fold again. Last time, big breath in, full breath out, and then we'll hold it when you get here. So maybe you grab the foot, the ankle, maybe you use a scarf or a strap or a belt or anything that you might have nearby. On the inhale, perhaps you can lengthen the heart forward, and as you breathe out, maybe you can melt a little more towards the leg. Just take some deep breaths here. On an inhale, we'll gently glide the fingertips back, sit up. And then we'll make our way into a butterfly fold. So we'll just bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall out to the sides. Sit up tall. And then exhale to melt and fold over the legs. Inhale to float back up. Exhale and fold again. Last time. Big breath in. Full breath out. And we'll rest here. So relax the shoulders, the back of the neck. And just take some deep breaths. Maybe you can even anchor the mind into the flow of the breath. Imagine that you could see it flowing in and out of the belly. On an inhale, we'll gently lift the heart, come back up, pause for a moment. When you're ready, just make our way onto our backs. So if you have a prop beneath you, just move it out to the side. We'll rest on the back with the knees bent, feet about hip distance apart, right beneath the knees. Really anchor down through the feet so there's even weight distribution through them. And be mindful that we keep that weight distribution as we inhale and lift the hips up. On the exhale, we'll release back down. Inhale, lift. And exhale to release. Last one. Big breath in. Let's hold it here. So again, keep even weight distribution in the feet. Maybe you can lift the hips higher. You might imagine you're pushing the shins towards the back of the mat as you continue to lengthen the hips up. Reach the heart forward. If you want, you could even walk the hands underneath you, interlace them at the back, and then keep pressing the arms into the ground as you lift everything up higher. Take a deep breath through the body. And when you're ready to release, come down on an exhale. Gently letting the hips find the mat. From here, you might like to hug the knees in, give them a squeeze, and maybe even round the back up off of the floor. Really hug everything in tight. When you're ready, we'll make our way into Shavasana, extending the legs out. Pinky toe edges can fall towards the edges of the mat. Arms can come at about a 45-degree angle from the body, with palms facing up. And if you get on your back and it's not comfortable to have the legs straight, if you feel like you need to bend them in order for the low back to be comfortable, you can always grab something, maybe a rolled up yoga mat, maybe a blanket, a pillow, and just put it right underneath the thighs. So notice I'm not lifting my glutes away from the mat. I'm just putting the blanket right beneath them. Then when I stretch my legs out, it helps to extend the low back and take some of that pressure out. You could always put something underneath your head. So just take another moment to settle into your lying position. And I'll transition to a seat and guide you through your Shavasana. So as you settle into your Shavasana, lying on the floor, notice the points of contact the body makes with the ground beneath you. As you breathe out, relax a little more fully into those contact points. Become aware of the rise and fall of the navel. The way the belly expands as you breathe in. The way it softens, melts back towards the floor as you breathe out. With the eyes closed, imagine that in the mind's eye, you could actually see the rise and fall of the navel, floating up on inhale, melting back towards the spine on the exhale. And allow yourself to let go of everything else. There's nothing here but the breath. The rise and fall of the navel center. Allow the awareness of your mind to dissolve fully into that. When you're ready to come back, you can take some deeper, fuller breaths. Gently wiggle the fingers. the toes. Imagine that you could fill the breath all the way into those spaces of the body. As you feel ready, you can make your way up to a seat. Tune back into the breath. The sensation of it as it flows in and out of the body. Rest the awareness with that for just another moment. You can stay here as long as you'd like.